Okay, let's start now. As always, we'll start with some of the numericals of the previous topic, and then we'll move forward with the topic of the day, that is time and work. Right. So try to solve some of the questions, starting with this one. Yes, let's try to see how this can be solved. So a sum of money at simple interest, it amounts to 815 in 3 years and 854 in 4 years. What is the rate of interest? You are supposed to calculate the rate of interest, that is R. We know that the formula for interest in case of simple interest is P into R into T by 100. Now in this case, in this question, two cases are given. The first question is about first interest, uh, in which the P is not given, R is not given, only time is given, that is for 3 years. Upon 100, this whole thing results into the value of 815, right? But this is not just the interest. If you see, this is not the interest, rather than it is amount plus interest. Amount plus interest. Give me 1 minute. So this is not just the interest, but it is amount plus interest. So amount plus interest in the first case, right? It is 815, and amount basically means principal, your principal, right? So initial principal plus interest. The interest is nothing but P into R into T. In the first case, time is 3 years. I'll write down 3 over here by 100. It is equal to 815. This is case one. The second case, okay, this is not A, this you can say P. P plus I2, the second interest, it becomes 854. Now, also in this case, P into R into 4 by 100, it is equals to 854. Right. Now you have equation number 1, you have equation number 2. You can subtract them. So subtracting 2 minus 1, right, or 1 from 2, you can say 1 from 2. So what you'll have is P, and P will get cancelled. 4 PR minus 3 PR, you'll left with PR by 100. This is equals to 854 minus 815. Right. So basically 854 minus 815, this will be equal to 39. Right. Or PR will be equal to 3900. I got the value of PR. Now you can substitute it in any of the equation, you will get the principal, and from that you can calculate the rate. So let's try to do this in equation 1. Right. So P plus, in the place of PR, I'll write down 39. So 3900 into 3 by 100 is equals to 815. You can solve this up. 39 into 3, it will be 117. Right. So P plus 117, this double zero will get cancelled, is equals to 815, or the value of P that you are going to get, it is going to be 815 minus 117, which is 690. Now once you get the value of 698 from here, from this equation, let's say this is equation number 3. So in equation 3, you can calculate the value of R, which will become 3900 divided by 698. Right. So R will be somewhere nearby 5.58 percentage. This is going to be a final answer. So basically, two equations are given to you, and you are supposed to solve it. Just remember that in question it has been written that the thing amounts to. So this is amount basically. So amount is principal plus interest, as we have seen in the last class. So we'll solve this considering this it to be the amount. Right. Let's try to solve the next one. This is also a good question. Try to solve this.
Five percent.
Okay, let's see what is the correct answer. Ted took a loan of 1600 with simple interest for as many years as the rate of interest. So basically, it has been given the value of R is equals to T. Right. So for as many years as the rate of interest. If he paid 400 as an interest at the end of loan period, what was the rate of interest? So we have the value of I interest, which is 400. We have the value of principal amount as well. क्योंकि 1600 का लोन लिया था, so 1600 will be your principal amount. Now substituting the equation, in the equation I equals to p into r into t by 100. Now I की value दी हुई है 400, p is 1600. Now r, I'll take it r, and t is also equal to r, so I'll take it r divided by 100. Right, so I'll get this to be 40000 divided by 1600 is equals to r square. Now if you solve this, you'll get 25 is equals to r square, or the value of r will be equal to 5. Although it will be plus or minus 5, but we don't consider minus in case of percentages, so this will be 5%. So the rate of interest is 5%. Right, it's as simple as that. Now if someone asks you what is the time period, what was the time period, so it was also equal to rate of interest, that is 5 years. Yes, let's try to solve the next one.
Sir, can I hold previous slide? Yes, completed.
Let's try to see how this can be solved. What was the okay? A sum of 800 is lent in the beginning of a year at a certain rate of interest. So principal amount दिया हुआ है in the beginning of the year. After 8 months, a sum of 360 more is lent, but at a rate twice the former. So after 8 months, थोड़ा और पैसा दिया हुआ है. At the end of the year, 31.20 rupees is earned as an interest from both the loans. What was the original rate of interest? So I'll start by assuming that the original rate of interest was R. Right. So the interest that I'll be getting at the end of year, it is 31.20, and it is made up of two interests. Let's say this is I1 and I2. The I1 part, it is from 800 rupees being lent at the rate of, okay, it's P into R into T. So P is done, R is rate of interest, and the time is 1 year divided by 100. Right. So ये मेरा interest 1 हो गया. Talking about the second interest, it was introduced after 8 months. So 8 महीने के बाद only 4 months were left. So यहाँ पर जो मुझे interest गिनना होगा 360 के, that will be only for 4 months. Right. So first of all, the rate of interest, it is for entire month. entire year, not month, entire year. ठीक है. So now the interest on second part is only 360 rupees. Right, principal हमारा 360 है because 800 का already I have calculated for the entire year. But 360 का जो है that will be only for 4 months. So I'll just write down over here that I2 जो है ये मेरा 4 months के लिए होगा, because after 8 months only 4 months more will be left. So 360 rupees. The rate of interest was twice the former. Former basically means earlier. So इससे पहले जो rate of interest था इसका twice हो जाएगा. So basically it will be 2 into R. Time is important in this case. Why? Because time अब मेरे पास 4 महीने रह गया. वैसे मेरे पास 1 साल था. I counted it 1. If I had 1 month, I have to divide this year into 12 parts, 1 by 12. But I have 4 months, so I'll multiply it by 4. So basically I'll have 4 by 12. So I will be calculating it for 4 by 12 and niche 100 to आगे. So this will be your equation. This is your time period. Right, time period for this part. Now let's try to solve this one. In the first part you'll get 8R, plus in the second part you'll get 120 and 240, so 2.4R. Right, so 8 plus 2, 10. So 10.4R, and this whole thing is equals to 31.20. So if you want to find out R, it will be 31.20 divided by 10.4. Basically, it will be 3 times. So the rate of interest will be equal to 3% per annum. An interesting question and a new concept that you need to learn is about this 4 months. Right, तो ये 4 महीने के लिए मांगा गया है, so you need to calculate it for only 4 months.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
सर वो I1 में जो I1 इंटरेस्ट है वो पहले 8 मंथ के लिए लिया है ना, तो 8/12 नहीं आएगा I1 में?
नहीं, ये मैंने पूरे साल के लिए लिया है. सी सम ऑफ 800 जो था वो तो स्टार्टिंग में अनाउंस कर दिया था, उनको दे दिया था, इट वाज लेंट. बट आफ्टर 8 मंथ अ सम ऑफ 360 मोर. सो 800 तो है ही, उसके अलावा और 360 है. राइट, सो
हाँ, मतलब
800 वाज फॉर द एंटायर ईयर.
सर ये जो 800 है वो फर्स्ट 8 मंथ के लिए, और फिर 800 में 368 किया, तो अब इंटरेस्ट 1160 रुपीज पे लगेगा ना 4 मंथ के लिए आगे. ऐसा नहीं होगा सर?
देखो, इसको दो तरीके से कर सकते हैं. मैं अगर तुम्हें बताऊं, पहला तरीका तो जैसे जो तुम बोल रहे हो वैसे कर सकते हैं कि हाँ, इसमें मैं ऊपर यहाँ पर इक्वेशन लिख देता हूँ. सो दैट इक्वेशन इज आल्सो एप्लीकेबल. कि भाई पहला जो तुमने क्या किया, पहला 800 जो था वो आर रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट था, वो पहले 8 महीने के लिए. ठीक है, सो 8/12 इंटू 100 हो गया. और नेक्स्ट जो होगा 800 प्लस 360 यानी कि 1160 इंटू 2R, क्योंकि डबल रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट हो गया, और ये सिर्फ 4 महीने के लिए 4/12 इंटू 100. तो ये तरीका करोगे, दिस इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट. इसमें भी सेम आंसर आएगा तुम्हारे पास. राइट. और दूसरा तरीका जो मैंने किया हुआ है, मैंने क्या किया है, मैंने जो 800 है उसको मैंने पूरे साल के लिए गिन लिया है कि 800 तो था ही, और 360 जो था वो सिर्फ लास्ट के 4 महीने के लिए था. राइट. सो जो यहाँ पर 1160 था ना, इसमें 800 मैंने यहाँ पर ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेट कर लिया.
यस सर.
राइट. लेकिन अगर ऐसे तुम करने जा रहे हो, जो ये ऊपर वाला केस मैंने यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है, तो इस केस में क्या हो जाएगा, जो 800 है ना, स्टार्टिंग के जो हमारे 8 महीने थे उसमें 800 पे R% लग रहा है, लेकिन बाद के 4 महीने पे 2R% लग रहा है. राइट. लेकिन क्वेश्चन में ऐसा दिया हुआ है कि जो 360 वाला जो अमाउंट था, ओनली दैट अमाउंट वाज लेंट एट अ रेट ट्वाइस द फॉर्मर. ठीक है, सो 360 पे सिर्फ 2R% लगेगा, बाकी सब पे R% लगेगा. मतलब जो 800 है उसमें सिर्फ R% लगेगा. So this equation will be applicable, this will not be applicable.
Okay, sir. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Right. Let's see the next question. Okay, let's see what is the answer. Ankita lent 4250 to Bina for 2 years and 3100 to Akhil for 4 years on a simple interest and at the same rate of interest. Right. And received 1985 in all from both of them as interest. The rate of interest we have to calculate. So जो दो पार्ट में किया गया है, in the first part if I talk about P was 4250, the rate of interest let us assume it to be R, and the time was 2 years, not 4, it's 2 years. Divided by 100. This is your first interest, and the second interest was given to Akhil when the amount of 3100 was given at the rate of R for 4 years. Divided by 100. Now इन दोनों का जो total interest आया at the same rate of interest and received in all from both the interest जो आया था वो है 1985.5. Now it becomes very simple. You just need to solve them. So this will become 0 will get cancelled over here. 425, 950. So 95 R plus 124 R is equals to,
Sorry, 85.
yes, sorry, 85. One nine eight five point. It becomes 209 R is equals to 1985.5, or R becomes 1985.5 divided by 209, which will be equal to 9.5%. So that's the correct answer, 9.5%. It was simple one. Yes. Try to solve this one. Yes, I question हमने last class में किया था.
So 22088.
Let's see what is the answer. What will be the amount? So for 14700 for 3 years compounded annually, the rate of interest being 8% for the first year, 16% for the second year, and 20% for the third year. So first year की बात करते हैं. So at the end of first year, your interest will be 14700 into R. The rate of interest for first year is 8% and time was 1 year into 100. So it becomes simply 147 into 8, which is 1176. And from here, since it is being compounded annually, यहाँ पर हम निकालेंगे amount. So amount is principal plus interest, which becomes 14700 plus 1176. So आएगा 15876. Now this becomes the principal for the second year. So at the end of second year, जो interest आएगा, that will be 876 into rate of interest for second year was 16%. Time period 1 है, divided by 100. So if you solve this one, you'll get 2540.16. तो ये हमारा इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है एंड अमाउंट विल बिकम प्रिंसिपल प्लस इंटरेस्ट. तो इससे पहले जो प्रिंसिपल था दैट इज 15876. 15876. एंड इसमें अगर मैं ये इंटरेस्ट ऐड करता हूँ, सो इट विल बिकम 18416.16. right? And now for the third year and the final year, my interest will equal to principal. अब जो updated amount है that will become my principal. So 18416.16 into जो third year का interest that is 20% for 1 year divided by 100. So this will become 3683.23. This is the interest, and the amount will become principal plus interest, that is this whole interest plus 18416.16. It's 22099.39 something. Oh yes, this kind of, or अगर approximately आपसे मांगा जा रहा है, so you can say that 22100. So this will be your final amount. Right. So although this may sound like question compound interest का, but हमने निकाला simple interest ही है, 3 साल के लिए निकाला है. The only thing you should notice is जो principal है यहाँ पर, this is different for the 3 years because ये change होते जाता है. Whenever you are talking about compound interest, the principal changes. The principal changes every time. Right. So this is how it will be solved. Let's look into the next question.
So 3.232.
Okay, let's try to solve. What is the answer? The difference between simple and compound interest compounded annually on a certain sum of money for 2 years at 4% is 20 rupees. Now the difference between simple interest and compound interest is given. So first of all, I'll calculate the simple interest and compound interest. Let's say the simple interest, it is P into R is 4% per annum and time is for 2 years by 100. So this is a simple interest. If we talk about compound interest, what will be compound interest? It is amount. What is amount over here? P into 1 plus R. R is 4 by 100 raised to the power t, that is square, minus p, right? क्योंकि ये तो मेरे पास कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट जब भी हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं, इफ यू रिमेंबर, हमारे पास अमाउंट आता है. So from amount I had to subtract p so that I can get the interest. Right. So these two equation I get, and it has been given that इनका जो difference है, that is equal to 20. So I can simply find out, write down that simple compound interest minus simple interest is equals to 20. Always remember compound interest आपका ज्यादा होगा because principal will be greater in the second year, so you'll get more interest. So from here you'll get 8p by 100. Sorry, not 8p by 100. This will be 1.04 square p minus 8p by 100. And this whole thing is equal to 20 rupees. Now it becomes quite simple. 1.04 square, which is 1.0816 minus p की वैल्यू 1 ले लेता हूं मैं बिकॉज p को कॉमन लेने वाला हूं, एंड माइनस 0.08 p, इट इज इक्वल्स टू 20. बस इसको सॉल्व करते हैं. अगर हम will get 0.0016 times p is equals to 20, or the value of p will be equal to 20 divided by 0.0016, which will be equal to 12500. Yes. So this will be a final answer. Let's try to solve this one.
So 62%.
Okay, let's try to see what will be the answer. You are supposed to find out rate. At what rate of compound or interest per annum will a sum 1200 becomes 1348.32 in 2 years? So compound interest का हमें formula पता था, but in case of compound interest we calculate the amount. Remember this part. So this is P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to the power T. The amount here given is 1348.32 and principal is 1200. 1 plus R by 100 and we are supposed to calculate or time with the hour. We are supposed to calculate the R. So just dividing this will give you half of the answer. Okay, so if you divide this, that is 1348.32 divided by 1200, we'll get 1.1236. This will be equal to 1 by 1 plus R by 100 square. अब इसका हम निकाल लेंगे स्क्वायर रूट. So square root of 1.1236. It will be somewhere near 1.06. Right. So ये स्क्वायर जो था ये सामने जाके स्क्वायर रूट हो जाएगा and it will be left with 1 plus r by 100. And अगर ये 1 उधर जा जाता है 1.06 minus 1. So you'll get 0.06 is equals to r by 100 or the value of r will become 6%. As simple as that. बहुत simple question है. Only thing is yes, calculator will be required in this question. If you want to save time, calculator will be required. Yes, let's see this question. Yes, let's try to see how how this question can be solved. So sum of money principal is not given at simple interest amounts to this and this in 3 year and 4 year. Rate of interest भी नहीं दिया हुआ है, principal भी नहीं दिया हुआ है, right? And you're supposed to find out the sum. So let's see. First case 815 is the amount minus principal, that is your interest, is equals to P into R into 3 by 100, right? Because amount minus principal is interest. ये पहली इक्वेशन हो गई. The second equation becomes 854 minus P is equals to P into R into 4 by 100. It is a simple same question that we have solved earlier, right? Right, so you can separate these two equation and find out the answer. So I guess equation हमने already कर लिया है. So no, I won't be repeating this. Right. Okay. So these were some questions related to simple interest and compound interest. Now we'll start with the next topic for the day, and हम उसका basics देख लेंगे. Then जो numerical है that we'll cover in the next class. The next topic that I'm going to discuss is an interesting topic. Actually, really interesting topic है. This is related to time and it is related to time and work. Or you can even consider this the same topic which is used for time and distance. तो अगर आप इन दोनों को सेम चीज मान के चलोगे, अगर आप सेम चीज की तरह इनको सॉल्व करोगे, चाहे क्वेश्चन कुछ भी आ रहा हो, टाइम एंड वर्क का आ रहा हो या टाइम एंड डिस्टेंस का आ रहा हो, आप अगर इसको सेम मान के चलोगे, सो इट विल बी इजियर फॉर यू टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस. बहुत शॉर्टकट मेथड से सॉल्व हो जाएगा. ओनली थिंग इज यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ बेसिक्स. सो टाइम एंड डिस्टेंस का एक फॉर्मूला है जो हम बचपन से पढ़ते हुए आ रहे हैं, दैट स्पीड, दैट वी नो इट इज इक्वल्स टू डिस्टेंस अपॉन टाइम. नाउ एक और चीज है, एक और फॉर्मूला दैट आई वुड लाइक टू इंट्रोड्यूस ओवर हियर इज स्पीड. अगर मेरे पास डिस्टेंस दिया हुआ है तो स्पीड इज इक्वल टू डिस्टेंस अपॉन टाइम, बट स्पीड इज आल्सो वर्क अपॉन टाइम. तो अगर मुझे वर्क कंटेंट दिया हुआ है, सो स्पीड इज वर्क अपॉन टाइम, राइट? नाउ इन most of the cases that we are going to solve, और जो मैं आपको शॉर्टकट सिखाने वाला हूं as the time proceeds, you will take this distance in the case of time and distance or work. वर्क बेसिकली मींस वर्क कंटेंट, कितना काम है टोटल. इसको हम क्या मान के चलेंगे? इसको हम 1 यूनिट के बराबर मान के चलेंगे, राइट? सो विल टेक इट 1 यूनिट. यू कैन आल्सो टेक इट 100 यूनिट, और जो भी होगा किसी किसी केस में हम एलसीएम भी लेंगे, दैट विल डिस्कस. इसको हम 1 यूनिट मान के चलते हैं और इसके हिसाब से हम जितने भी क्वेश्चंस करते हैं वो सॉल्व करते हैं, राइट? सो इफ द डिस्टेंस इज 1 यूनिट, अगर डिस्टेंस यहाँ पर मैं 1 यूनिट मान के चल रहा हूँ, सो वन मोर कंक्लूजन कम्स ओवर हियर, दैट स्पीड is inversely proportional to time. Now this thing is logically correct. This thing is logically correct. Speed is inversely proportional to time. तो किसी को काम करने में ज्यादा टाइम लग रहा है, so obviously उसकी स्पीड क्या है? कम है. या कोई जल्दी काम कर ले रहा है, तो उसकी स्पीड ज्यादा है, right? This also is the case of pipe and cistern, right? So इसके अंदर एक छोटा सा टॉपिक और आता है, that we'll discuss at the end. इसके न्यूमेरिकल हम सॉल्व करेंगे. पाइप एंड सिस्टम, उस केस में भी स्पीड इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू टाइम. तो भाई अगर तुम्हारी पाइप जल्दी इसकी पाइप की वाटर फ्लो की स्पीड ज्यादा है, तो टाइम जो लगेगा दैट विल बी लेस. अगर वाटर फ्लो की स्पीड कम है तो टाइम जो लगेगा वो ज्यादा लगेगा, राइट? सो अब इन सब चीजों से हमको पता क्या चलता है, हमें ध्यान क्या रखना है. सो अगर इफ इट हैज बीन मेंशन्ड इन द क्वेश्चन दैट इफ अ पर्सन एक्स, let's say there is a person X, he finishes his job in, let's say, n days. So n days जो है ये मेरा क्या है, basically n days जो है ये मेरा time है, this is my time. So I know that speed is inversely proportional to time for the distance or the work being 1 unit. So अगर मैं work को 1 unit मान के चल रहा हूँ, so speed is inversely proportional to time. So from here I can say that the speed of person, it becomes 1 by n. Speed is inversely proportional to time, so speed is 1 by n. This is a concept that we are going to use a lot, right? This is a concept that we are going to use a lot. So there are some points that we'll write and we'll end up the session today. जो point हम यहाँ पर लिख ले रहा हूँ मैं, then we'll end up the session and we'll continue with the numerical in the next class. So पहला point ये है, if there is a person A can finish his work, जो हमने last slide में लिखा, finish his work in X days, then his speed, basically speed क्या है, speed हम क्या बता रहे हैं, so speed हम ये बता रहे हैं the amount of work done in 1 day. एक दिन में कितना काम होगा, अगर x days पे पूरा काम हो रहा है तो एक दिन में 1 by x of the entire work. Right, that is the first point. अब ये तो बात रही एक की, if there is only one person. What if there are more than one person? So let's see if A is n times. If A is n times as good as B, right? Then time taken by A will be 1 by n times the time taken by B. Right, so अगर वो n times अच्छा है, so obviously it will take 1 by n times, कम टाइम लगेगा उसको, because जिसे मैंने बताया, if the speed is high the time will be less, and if the speed is less time is high. Now if two persons are coming, let's say if A can do a work in X days and B can do the same work, B can do the same work in Y days, then अगर दोनों साथ में काम करें तो then both of them can complete the work in x into y upon x plus y days. अच्छा, इसका एक शॉर्टकट भी हम देखेंगे कि शॉर्टकट क्या होता है, दैट विल डिस्कस इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास, जो हमें न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करने में काम आएगा और समझने में काम आएगा. इफ यू डोंट वांट टू रिमेंबर कि अगर मुझे याद नहीं रखना है ये फॉर्मूला, ऐसा कुछ है शॉर्टकट, सो कैसे इसको मैं एक्चुअल में समझ के कर सकता हूँ. एंड द लास्ट थिंग, इफ टू ऑपरेशंस are performed in opposite direction or in opposite nature, ये केस हमारा किस में आएगा, पाइप्स में आएगा कि भाई एक पाइप जो है वो टैंक फुल कर रही होगी तो दूसरी उसको खाली कर रही होगी. तो जब हमारा ऐसा कोई भी दो ऑपरेशन हो जिसके अपोजिट नेचर है, ठीक है, देन वन ऑफ देम इज टेकन एज नेगेटिव. एंड वन ऑफ देम इज टेकन नेगेटिव. राइट, सो ये चीजें हैं, ये पॉइंट्स है जो हमें ध्यान रखने हैं इन केस ऑफ टाइम एंड वर्क. रेस्ट जो हमारा न्यूमेरिकल होंगे, लेट्स सी वन ऑफ द न्यूमेरिकल, देन वील एंड अप द सेशन. एक न्यूमेरिकल देख लेते हैं, इतना किया हुआ है तो देन वील एंड अप द सेशन.
Two point five days.
Yes, let's see how this can be solved. So मैं यहाँ पर दो अप्रोचेस आपको सिखाऊंगा. The first one that I have discussed, एक हमारा x days में कर रहा है, दूसरा हमारा y days में कर रहा है. So together they will be doing it x into y upon x plus y. Simple. So 3 into 9 upon 3 plus 9. So it's 27 by 12 or 9 by 4. 2.25. Right. एक अप्रोच ये रहती है हमारे पास. दिस इज गुड इफ द क्वेश्चन इज सिंपल कि भाई दोनों को साथ में कितना टाइम लगेगा. अगर क्वेश्चंस कुछ और होते हैं, लाइक एक ने एक दिन चालू किया, फिर दूसरे ने दूसरे दिन चालू किया, और सो ऑन, देन वी कैन हैव वन मोर अप्रोच. व्हाट वी विल डू इज, whatever days are given, we'll take their LCM. So LCM of all days of all work content, right? So LCM of all days. अब ये जो भी होगा, देखो 3 और 9 दो नंबर मेरे को दिए हुए हैं, सो इन दोनों का एलसीएम मैं लूंगा. सो एलसीएम विल बी 9. आई विल अज्यूम इट टू बी टोटल वर्क कंटेंट. ये अज्यूम मैं कर रहा हूं. सो दिस इज माय टोटल वर्क कंटेंट. कितना? 9. 9 क्या? 9 यूनिट्स. मेरा टोटल वर्क जो मुझे करना है वो 9 यूनिट्स के बराबर है. अब मैं क्या करूंगा, आई विल फाइंड आउट द स्पीड ऑफ ए. स्पीड ऑफ ए विल बी, देखो 9 स्पीड क्या है, स्पीड क्या होता है? वर्क अपॉन टाइम. वर्क अपॉन टाइम. सो वर्क कितना है? 9 यूनिट्स. और टाइम कितना लिया? ए को लगा 3 days. सो आई कैन से दैट ही कैन कंप्लीट 3 यूनिट्स पर डे. राइट, सिंपल. अब मैं सिंपली आई विल फाइंड आउट द स्पीड ऑफ बी. वर्क अपॉन टाइम. सो वर्क कंटेंट कितना है? सेम वर्क कंटेंट जो हमने स्टार्टिंग में लिया हुआ था, 9 यूनिट्स. और बी को कितना टाइम लग रहा है? 9 days. सो वो कितना खत्म कर रहा है? ही इज कंप्लीटिंग 1 यूनिट्स पर डे. अब दोनों की मैं बात करूं तो स्पीड ऑफ ए प्लस बी. तो स्पीड ऑफ ए इज 3, बी इज 1, सो इट विल बी बिकम 4 यूनिट्स पर डे. ठीक है, ये स्पीड हो जाएगी 4 यूनिट्स पर डे. अब मुझे क्या निकालना है? मुझे निकालना है टाइम. सो टाइम इज इक्वल्स टू वर्क अपॉन स्पीड. वर्क कितना था? 9. स्पीड कितनी है? 4. सो 9/4. That will become my final answer. Right, that will become my final answer. So एक ये अप्रोच भी है जो हम, इसके बारे में हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में बात करेंगे डिटेल में, that how we can apply this approach into different types of questions. Right. So we'll keep it up to here. If you have any doubt, you can ask, or you are free to leave. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.